the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a show made by 12s from around the world for 12s from around the world. I'm Mosette, and here's your host, and my dad, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Yes, everyone, welcome to episode 1114 of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show as your Seattle Seahawks get ready to take on the Washington Commanders. So do us all a favor, grab a desired sin or beverage of your choice, put your seat up, put your seat in the full upright position, put your tray table up, put your hands and feet inside the podcast at all times, and what else can I tell you? Sometimes it doesn't go very well, but don't worry. Lil Mo and I are coming out to make sure that they get it right this weekend. So we'll talk about that later. So glad you're joining us on this episode. Our posse is here as well. First, there is Matt from merry old England. Hi, Matt.
Good morning, Moses. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Well, now, Moses, you hear the darndest things on the internet these days, don't you?
Yes.
There I was just skipping through the internet, and I suddenly came across something that suggested that Aaron Rodgers was asked if he might want to get into a high-profile relationship with Britney Spears in order to compete with the whole, Swift, Kelsey nightmare that is the Chiefs. Now, of course, immediately I thought this was some sort of conspiracy website or something. I mean, it is, it's that November month, isn't it, when you're supposed to grow facial hair? So I just wonder whether he was getting another beard sorted out or something. But apparently, it was actually discussed on the Pat McAfee show, where AJ Hawk suggested to Aaron that he needed a high celebrity romance and put forward the idea that Britney Spears as a potential partner, saying, she's divorced, you should shoot your shot. Now, there was an awkward pause there, and I wondered whether that was because Aaron heard the word shot and immediately thought he was about to get a vaccination. But apparently, Aaron then replied, and I've seen the video now. He says, "Listen, I'm really," and there was a really awkward pause, and he said, "Listen, I'm really focused on my rehab right now. I don't think I can do two things at once." And AJ looked right down the camera, and he just said, "He loves ball."
Former player on the Green Bay Packers.
Ball Lyman, absolutely. Oh, yes. If anyone's going to know the stories of what goes on in the Green Bay locker rooms, AJ Hawk's going to be the one who knows it. And I'm saying nothing else. Allegedly
Loves ball. Who knew?
Loves ball. Who knew? I knew.
No, it's all coming around. All the dots are connecting. I'm just saying.
I didn't say it. AJ Hawk said it. Send your letters to AJ Hawk because I didn't say it.
AJ Hawk, allegedly. Someone who has an interesting sweater on tonight, and that is Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
Hey, what's going on?
Good. What's your shirt say there?
This is a Mad Appreciation shirt. It says Celsius is for wankers.
Celsius is for wankers.
I brought a tissue, so we're all ready to go.
Just in time for the wonderful
not on
weather
camera.
report.
Not on camera. We'll get on
camera now.
That's good.
What's new, Dustin? Anything?
Not really. No, just working.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Same old. Good. All right. And of course, there is Lil Mo, and Lil Mo's got dude with him. Oh, dude. How are you, Lil Mo?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Are you packed for our trip?
Yeah, a whole 2 days, man. I had to pack a lot.
Woo! 2 days in Seattle. Whirlwind. Dude's going to miss us.
Are you staying in a hotel, or are you just going to get a tent down on Pioneer Square?
Yeah,
we're staying at a hotel. We're actually going to meet up with Statsman Mark too. So we're going to do a lot of videos. We'll talk about that in a minute.
He's alive.
He is alive. We'll talk about that in a minute. But before we do that, let's talk about how this show is run. Yes, 12-Man Fan Jam Show format, 4 quarters and a halftime, just like a real NFL game. And as we usually do, our first quarter will be spot with the news. Now, Will's not here, but I will cover the news stories for us. And the second quarter is, of course, last week's game. We will briefly talk about that game against the Ravens because we have to. At halftime, it is the best Seahawk team trivia game on the internet. 12-Man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia
of the world.
Will, I think, won last week, didn't he?
I won. I somehow managed to get Edgar Allan Poe's date.
I guess they're exactly on purpose.
That's right. You got exactly on his. That's right.
On the dot. It was on the dot.
On the dot. Yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. This week's game against the Commanders will be our topic of the second half. Injury report, fashion, weather, bricks, picks, and of course, a sermon of Seahawk positivity. Put all that together for our game predictions, prognostication, and game balls between that game between your Seahawks and the Washington Commanders. We want to remind you, as always, that you can find us all over the interwebs, so to speak. You can find us, for example, you can find us on Facebook. We have a great 12-man Fan Jam Show page. More about that in a minute. And we have a great game day thread. We're on Twitter or X at 12-man Fan Jam Show. You can find our show there. You can also find it on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel. Find some older videos there and some outtakes. You can email us at 12manfanjamshow@gmail.com. And we do have some highlights up on TikTok every once in a while under 12-man Fan Jam Show. And of course, we remind you that we are a Seahawk Positivity production. Now, I would like to go back a little bit, and I would like to go to the Facebook page as Lil Mo and I are about to embark on our trip across the country to Seattle for this game, starting Saturday, probably more on Sunday. But you will start seeing on our Facebook page some live videos from us in our travels. And Statsman Mark will be part of that because Statsman Mark is going to the game with us. So you'll get to see Statsman Mark, who is indeed alive and well and is traveling to Seattle this evening, as a matter of fact, on Friday. So he'll be there before us. But so make sure you check us out on the 12-man Fan Jam Show, especially this weekend, for some live reports before, during, and after the game from Lil Mo and myself and Statsman Mark. So something to look forward to. And in the meantime, you always have the game day thread that will be going alive and well, I'm sure, even though we're not on it. And we'd now like to go continue with the news. Yes, the 12-man Fan Jam Show news report, usually brought to us by Newshound Will, but Will is not here. So I will be doing the news. I have a couple quick stories for you guys. The Chicago Bears won Thursday night in a classic epic game between the Panthers and the Bears. What's interesting in this game is by winning, the Bears did themselves a huge favor in securing the number 1 overall pick, because you see, the Bears not only hold their own first-round pick, but they also hold the Panthers' first-round pick. So in a rare display of you want to win a game to get the number 1 pick, they actually defeated the Panthers, which helped them get a number 1 pick, which doesn't happen very often. In an epic 16-13 game, which I think was seen by hundreds of people, I'm sure. Hundreds of people.
That's about it.
Yeah, I turned that on and went, oh, okay, that's the game. Yeah.
Well, I saw the two teams. I'm like, I'm gonna watch some NCAA men's basketball. Like,
it is that season too.
Two D2 schools going at it. I'd rather watch that than that game.
See, I remember when the Seahawks played the Patriots and we went 2-14, and one of our wins was against the Patriots, and that gave the Patriots Drew Bledsoe and gave us Rick Meyer. So yeah, we won it was 10-9 or something stupid too. It was a really bad game.
That'd been so much better to have Drew, just the hometown guy, you know?
Yeah, but
That'd been cool.
So
well, I would like to offer my commiserations to my sister.
Oh yes,
and when I see her tomorrow, I shall remind her endlessly that she has not only, as you've just rightly pointed out, not only lost against the Bears in a nice primetime game, but also helped them with their first round pick. Yes,
I'm sure she would love that. Sister's
a huge fan. Who thought at the beginning of the year that those two teams were like, man, let's schedule them on primetime.
Let's put them together on primetime.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you though, I do think every team has a right to a primetime game.
Yeah.
And I think what you do with those bad teams is you have them host a division rival. So like the Bears could host Green Bay. You know it's going to be a good game anyway. So you have that bad team host a division rival, and I think that makes for good football.
Well, yeah, because it gives them something to play for. I mean, anything can happen on a divisional game. That really is an anything game.
Yeah. But anyway, they won't listen to me. So moving on. Something that maybe you did or did not know about our game, as apparently during the Ravens win over the Seahawks last week, a Ravens staffer approached the former MVP Lamar Jackson with some news. A fan at M&T Bank Stadium had apparently made a carpet and brought it to the game and wanted to give it to Jackson. It was a carpet, the picture here, of Lamar Jackson. It's like Lamar Jackson cutout carpet. Now, the guy's face in this picture is one that is scary enough. So let's just leave that alone. He looks like he's stalking Lamar Jackson. But Lamar Jackson's reply was, and I quote, "I want that. I want that. Yeah, I want that. I want that. Tell his ass I want that damn carpet."
But did he want it though?
Yeah.
I don't know if he
he's
munched it
sending
or
a
not.
mixed message.
There's a lot of mixed messaging going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing's kind of creepy to me. I don't know if someone came to me, no matter how famous I am, and said, "Hey, here's a carpet I made of you."
It would have been eminently more creepy if he'd have made it from like cut-offs of his hair that he had got.
I was gonna say human
or
hair.
something.
Yeah. Human
It would
hair.
be eminently more. You can make that much creepier than that.
You
Yeah.
can make it a lot creepier. That's true, but that's so creepy, I think.
Absolutely.
Here's a carpet I made of you.
Yeah.
If they want accurate, they may make a carpet of like, a player for the Panthers or something, because they're getting stepped on constantly.
You don't
Yeah.
want to step on yourself, do you?
No.
Throw rug.
A throw rug, like a Bears throw rug with the quarterback. Justin Fields Bears throw rug. Now if he brought it to Justin Fields, so here's Justin Fields, here's a carpet, I think it'd be a lot funnier because Lamar Jackson, obviously, they're pretty good this year, as we found out.
Yeah.
But a carpet made
That
of
reminds
his
me of
likeness.
That reminds me of that joke on The Lion King that Zazu made where he's talking about making Scar a carpet or a rug. He's like, and just think, whenever you're upset, you can go out back and beat him. You gotta get everything out of the carpet.
What do you do with that? You lay it on, like, where do you lay it? Like, hey, here I am. Here's my carpet of me.
Yeah, where'd you put it?
I don't know.
Don't step on me.
That's one of the strangest things I've ever heard in my life.
Take your shoes off if you're going to step on me. Weird.
Weird. Very odd. That man now reported that he and Lamar Jackson are getting married. So we wish them both the best. And we definitely wish Lamar Jackson the best, allegedly. Because that's creepy. Yeah, I want that, but oof. I don't know if I want that bad. So, all right. Well, thank you for the news, Moses. Anytime. And that will finish the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter, bitches.
So that was creepy too.
Yeah.
The whole show's creepy. It's all creepy. It's going to be nothing but creepy from here on out. But before we get creepy about the Commanders, we have to look back on last week's game against the Ravens. We'll try to make it painless as possible. We'll do that right after this.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the second quarter.
Yes, welcome back to the second quarter of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show, the Commanders edition, 11-14. We're going to have some live stuff this weekend from the Commanders game from Lil Mo and I, who are a flight about 12 hours from now. We'll be getting on a plane, so
Yay.
Yay.
And then a 3-hour layover. Yay.
Yay. In Minneapolis. Yay. But that being said, we do have to go over last week's game. Seattle lost 37-3. Real quick, Matt, can you get anything? We're the positivity channel. We know it sucked. We looked at the scoreboard. We know it sucked. Everyone has sucked. Matt, give me something positive from that game. You guys?
So we've got a game day thread and on Facebook, and you're going to have to come and join that one day, folks, because it was very good. Because the positives of this game was that I was able to get off my ass and go and clean my kitchen whilst it was on, which meant that by the end of that game, I had done a lot of housework. Whilst keeping up with the Facebook page. And the best bit about the Facebook page for this game for me was the funny that they got to a moment where all of us kind of understood what was happening in this game. So decided that we would all just start putting on these random messages in the
I like turtles.
So I like turtles. It's great. The best thing in the world is the feeling of clean laundry when you get to bed and on the nice new sheets and everything. All that kind of stuff. So
I want to know what love is.
That's indeed. That's the only positive. That is, I cannot think of a single other positive thing that I would really want to talk about.
Suffering with friends
in this game, but we were all together going through it. Put it that way.
Draymond Jones made a play. Oh wait, no, he got a false start. Never mind.
yeah.
I thought it one when everybody knew it was gonna happen.
Hey, our kicker scored points. Lil Mo.
Yay! That's why I was
asleep. Game.
I fell asleep. I didn't watch the game.
Lil Mo did not. He had friends over the night before. He's like, I'm going to sit this one out. And he woke up. I said, don't bother looking at it. Just
Don't look at it.
I said 32-3.
Don't look at it.
Look away, my son. Look away. Dustin, anything positive?
I mean, it positively sucked. I don't know
it did.
how else to put it. First quarter was good. The defense in the first quarter, you could say.
Okay, in the second quarter, it was 14-3, and our defense got 2 turnovers.
Yeah,
in the second quarter.
I guess defense in the second quarter too. Yeah.
So it was 14-3, and they gave our offense a chance to do something, and said, "Okay, here, guys, second quarter, we're down by 2 scores. Here's do something." Right?
Yeah, that was
a
2 minutes
positive.
of that half were ridiculous. Last 2 minutes of that half.
Yeah, and then they come out and they go on an 8-minute drive, and then our defense is gassed and our offense did nothing to help them. So I would say that 37 points is a little skewed from the standpoint that the defense was in the first half was balling.
Yeah. I also think that the defense, you could tell also, I think by the second half, they realized that there was no offense from Seahawks to speak of in this game. And I think they kind of stopped a little bit as well.
A little bit.
You say they were gassed, and you're absolutely right. But you could also tell, I don't know. I think everyone's heart sort of left the game at some point.
And that's scary. That's scary about this game. Because when I finally gave up on Mora in the Mora year, and I was still hanging on to Mora until the end of the year. And it occurred to me that those games were turning into blowouts because the team was quitting on him. Yeah. That's not a good sign in your front office when the team winds up quitting on you in this game. And it looked a little bit like they quit a little bit. You're right.
But I don't think they were quitting on Pete Carroll. I think they were quitting on Gino. I think Gino is the catalyst of and I don't want to go into a full negative discussion, but I just have to say I absolutely felt we should have put him on his ass and benched him for a little while. I think we should have allowed Drew to come out and have a go. And on Twitter, everyone's like, well, Drew's not going to do any better. He can't do any worse.
That's true.
Agreed.
That's true.
It simply isn't possible.
Gino, I don't know what his deal is. I don't know if his head's not been in it or what. Idea. But I mean, even the announcer, they had this was it a double safety or double corner blitz show, and so there was nobody around. It was just on, and they had the same formation on both sides. So it was one way or the other. You knew he was getting blitzed. You didn't think it was going to be both of them, right? And the announcer's pointing this out, same formation this side, same formation this side. And as soon as he called snap, the guy came from the top of the screen, blasted him, interfered it. And even the announcer's like, you have to identify which way it's coming from. And then if you see it coming from that side, that's where you throw the ball.
Right.
Because the guy over there is open. He's like, he has to be able to identify that. That's basic stuff.
But I will say the O-line didn't give him much help either.
No, the O-line was wrong.
No.
And I felt like the Ravens were playing 15 guys on defense. That was just an amazing display of defense. I heard talk about the Browns defense coming into the game. The Ravens defense, holy catfish.
They got some big boys on that defensive line.
That team looked like there were 15 out there every time on the play. That is one solid defense.
I will say, last week I was like, maybe it's not time to give up a Gino, but now I think let's give Drew Lock a chance. I think
he's trying too hard. I think he's thinking too much.
Well, I think he doesn't let go of plays that go wrong. They stay with him all the way through the game. He has not had the ability to have that sort of amnesia quarterback skill that you have to have. I think what I will say is that we also outcoached. I mean, John Harbaugh is no slouch when it comes to coaching. No. I even loved the delay of game in order to save a timeout and just a yard. I love that. What a fantastic way of playing. And then, even I'm in my amateur head is sitting there saying, "You got to delay a game, I'm thinking, oh yeah, of course he has, because he's not going to use a bloody timeout for a yard and a half, is he? But I think we were outcoached. I don't think Pete had anything there to change our luck at any point in this game.
Didn't feel like it.
No, there was.
And I was going to say, Pete is known to favorite the quarterback. Everybody talked about how he would favorite Russell Wilson when he was there. Kind of looks like he's doing that again with Gino. Well, he's not holding him accountable.
He's believing in his own. The thing is, he's, as I said on Twitter or on X, whatever. Gino has a great backstory, but a great backstory does not a Super Bowl winning quarterback make. I'm really sorry it doesn't. And I do have a horrible feeling that the player coach in Pete wants Gino to be the hero. He definitely wants it to happen.
Sure.
But at some point, you have to be able to sit there and say, I'm really sorry, buddy, but you're just not adding value to the team today. Take a seat, relax. We're going to put Drew out there. We're going to see what he can do. And just because ultimately, as I said in the chat, the only benefit to putting Drew out there at any point is because the Ravens haven't been watching film on him over the last week at least.
Right.
So at least he's a slightly unknown quantity for them. But it was I think we were out coached. I think our tackling was just awful at times. Again, we're up at the high end of let's tackle the shoulders, because the shoulders are clearly the problem.
But maybe the defense was trying to make plays where they were trying to score, if you will, on defense because the offense was so bad.
They know the offense wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, well, indeed. But I mean, sometimes you just got to stop them, and you're not going to stop them just by arm tackling.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. The first guy try and make tackle, let the next guy try and knock the ball out.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at, I mean, just I don't like. I mean, Statsman Mark would do this far better than I. But if you look at the sacks, look at the stats and look at the sacks in this game, you will see that there are some numbers in there which are utterly horrifying.
Oh, absolutely.
The 8%, I think the 8% third down conversion is the worst I've ever seen. I don't think, I mean, 1 in 12.
And we were already really bad.
I mean, goodness me. I mean, I did think the ownership of the issue. So again, at the end of all of this, obviously, was the interviews and watching the interviews. I didn't feel, I don't know. I know they have Tell the Truth. What is it? Tell the Truth Monday or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Tell the Truth Tuesday, whatever. I don't know.
Monday.
Whatever it is. It's on Mondays. Yeah. Well, they should have had 2 days worth of telling the truth, and they should have started in that interview panel, because I just do think there was a level of I don't know. It just felt yeah, okay, yeah, we lost, big deal. And I'll tell you what, there was no. It was quite a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's losing and then there's an ass kicking, and they went through an ass kicking.
Yeah,
that's what that was. Yeah,
and the worst thing about it though is that this is one of those playoff games. If you want to be a playoff football team, this is the game you've got to kind of.
This was a test to see where we were. I think we now know where we are.
Yeah.
So now we've got to fix that. But well,
they got to be honest with themselves, and the fact that one of the biggest tenets of this franchise is protect the ball, and turnovers are huge. And Gino has not been proven the last 3-4 games that he can protect the ball, making crazy decisions, stupid throws, and I think that alone warrants opening up that competition and putting some pressure on his ass. Like, you might not be the starter this week, buddy. You're going to start splitting first team reps with Drew, because you don't get it right, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah. I agree. All right. Well, let's see how we did in our posse prediction challenge.
No points for anyone.
All right, posse prediction challenge. Let's see how we did. Becky said 28-9. I gave her it because you flipped that around. That's pretty accurate. Couple of prognostications. We did get an interception, and we did get 2 turnovers. So
who got the interception?
Did somebody get the interception?
It was so bad, I don't remember, if I'm being honest.
All right.
Have a look.
We're gonna go
there was no we threw an interception, but we didn't get an interception.
Oh well. I'll change that. No game ball this week because they didn't win. The over and under was under. So you see who got it there. Big winners this week: Becky, Chris, Andy, Jose, Jimmy, and Maddie. So now it looks like this. Chris and Jimmy at 17, 16, Andy at 13, Stats Brock at 12, Moses 11, Mike at 10, Will Becky at 9, Little Mo Maddie at 7, Jose at 6, Dustin at 5.
Oh, Dustin.
We were so close.
We got our ass kicked too this week. This is bullshit.
We did, because it's now 72-52. We have a 20-point lead on us.
I feel like we're playing the Ravens.
You're giving out the points, Dennis.
I know. I know. But yeah.
I mean, my goodness.
My goodness is right. So let's put this behind us. Let's get to halftime.
Holy shit, it's halftime.
Oh, it's been an ugly second quarter, but we can put that now in the past and now talk about
the commies.
Upcoming game with the Commandos.
The commies.
And we start that off by having the best Seahawk-themed trivia game on the internet, 12-man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia
of the world.
And that is coming up right after this. Don't you go anywhere.
watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
If there's a better use for the internet, I haven't found it.
Yes, welcome everyone to America's favorite Seahawk-themed trivia game on the internet, 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia
of the world.
The game that challenges the posse and the people watching this show and listening. If you are watching this show, the questions will come up and you can take part in trivia yourself. Of course, the contestants on the show are the posse themselves, Matt, Dustin, and Lil Mo. Here's how it's played. 2 rounds of questions, each one worth a point. During those 2 rounds, you can remove one of the possible answers from your question. And then at the end of that, we will have a special final question worth 2 points, where if there's a tie, the 2 tied people will go into a top secret overtime question, where the winner will be crowned 12-Man Fan Jam Show champion, halftime trivia champion of the world in this episode. So the topic is obviously Washington Commanders. Maddie, 1, 2, or 3?
2, please.
All right. Dustin, 1 or 3?
1.
All right. Lil Mo has 3. One of these questions
3.
is not exactly like the others. All right, Dustin, your question is a football game. When Seahawks played Washington in 1998, how many turnovers did Washington have in that game? 1, 2, or 3?
Washington what?
Let's be optimistic and say 3 because, why not?
Positivity.
Optimistic. Positivity. Yeah. Pays off. You got it right.
Nice.
Well
Thank you.
Boo.
Maddie.
Yeah.
Hello.
Seahawks played Washington in 1994. How many touchdown passes did the incomparable Rick Meyer throw in that game? 1, 2, or 3?
Take one away.
Either 1 or 2.
2.
2 please.
I was
No.
storage.
Oh.
It's from Indiana, Goshen, Indiana.
What's an
Little
order?
Mo, that means you get the special question.
Yeah.
Sure question.
Little Mo, how many bathrooms does the White House have? Does the White House have in Washington? 35, 36, or 37? How many bathrooms in the White House?
I feel like we've had this question before, like a long time ago.
Yeah.
37.
37?
Sure.
35. Sorry.
Yeah.
Quick fun fact. How many of those bathrooms did we burn down? All of them.
Nice. Well done. So Dustin, you have a point. Maddie and Little Mo have no point, but we go to round 2.
Losers.
Questions 4 through 6. Dustin, would you like 4, 5, or 6?
4.
Dustin will take 4. Maddie, 5 or 6?
6, please.
Maddie takes 6. And Little Mo
I guess I have
gets
5.
5. All right, here we go. Question 4. When the Seahawks played Washington in 1995, Dustin, how many turnovers did Washington have in that game? 3, 4, or 5?
5 seems excessive. I'm going to go 4.
You were so positive last time. You pulled back.
I mean, 4's still pretty positive.
Yeah, but 5's better.
Holy
Dang.
You could have took one. You could have took one away, Dustin.
He didn't.
shit. Yeah, but it would have been probably 3 that he took away.
Yeah. Little Mo, when the Seahawks played Washington in 2014, how many times was Russell Wilson sacked in that game? 3, 4, or 5?
Take one away.
5. It's either 3 or 4.
Well, since it was Russell Wilson, probably 4.
Russell Wilson says 4. That was 3. It was 3.
That's
Okay.
good for us.
Oh
Look at that.
no.
Maddie, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
University questions?
Maddie,
Yeah.
who's the only United States president that is actually buried in Washington, D.C.? Is it Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, or Woodrow Wilson? Who is actually buried in Washington, D.C.? The only president.
No,
buried.
you did that tour a few years ago.
I think it's Thomas Jefferson.
Okay. I think it's Woodrow Wilson.
Well, he's got. Well, I didn't know that. Does Wilson? Does he have a big monument thing there? Because the other two obviously have a big thing.
No, they have a big thingy there.
But I didn't see his. I didn't see his thing when I was over there.
You got a different tour than most people get, I think.
What type
Yeah.
of tour are you
What
going
kind of tour did you get?
Well, Trump was in the White House on that day. I can't say any more at the moment. I'm under a secrecy thing.
Was there fast food stuff there? I'm sure you got some fast food.
Needless to say, I'm not going to be welcome back to Washington D.C.
One of those tours, allegedly.
It's amazing what you can do on an open top bus in the middle of
But
December.
don't worry. Don't worry.
It's bloody cold. I'm going to tell you that. Bloody chilly.
Well, Dustin has a point. Maddie and Lil Mo don't have a point, but don't worry because it's time for the final question.
Now it's time for the final question. Yeah.
Yeah. Bing.
Question.
Final question. 2 points, so there will be no overtime. It's high, low. Whoever's close without going over gets 2 points. If everybody goes over, whoever's closest gets it. The order will go Lil Mo, Maddie, and Dustin.
Thanks.
And my question is this, gentlemen.
Thank you.
How many gallons of paint does it take to cover the exterior surface of the White House?
What?
How many gallons of paint does it take to cover the exterior surface of the White House? Lil Mo gets to go first and set the bar.
I don't even know what I don't even.
I don't know what paint is.
I don't even know what the White House is.
A good number would even be.
What color does it use? Does it matter?
White.
It would be white.
Oh, okay. Like eggshell or.
You know why the White House is white? Because when it
US
got bombed and burned, they used white to cover it, and it just
Oh, because like a lot of people are white. Anyways,
A lot of people are white
in the United States. Anyways,
People who built it weren't.
no.
2,500. There you go.
Little Mo says 2,500. Maddie?
No, so there's 3.785 liters to a gallon. So
You're making Dustin's head hurt. Just.
we'll have to do it into liters to be able to work out when we answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's messed up. You made him
What did you say, Lil Mo?
2,500.
Carry the one.
You say 20,500 or 2,000?
No, 2,500.
2,500.
2,500 at 3.758 gallons a litre. So I am going to say 1 gallon.
Maddie's going to say 1 gallon.
I don't even know what
Because nobody's painting it anymore. It's just left there and going.
Dustin.
It's like the whole United States.
I don't even know how big the White House is, but I know like painting a
Quite
room.
small, actually.
Is it?
She said.
Yeah. I mean, when you've got palaces and castles the size that we've got, my sister and I were like, oh, is that it?
Okay, you know what? Just to fuck with Matt, I'm going to say 2.
2.
Yeah!
Well done. Hopefully, this is a trick question where they don't
That's right.
use gallons.
They use liters.
The answer is 0. They measured it, yeah.
That'd be
Gallons
hilarious.
of paint
That'd be hilarious.
it takes to cover the exterior surface of the White House is 570. Dustin,
Dustin wins.
you win this episode of 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Yes. Well
you. I
done.
can't say it was competitive, but I
It
appreciate
was a wonderful table set by Lil Mo.
He was the only ones that got stuff right, huh?
And
I think so.
yeah, he was. He was the only guy anything right on this one.
Lord. Terrible.
And then, he got the lob, the one, 1
Yeah.
in 2,500. I think I'll just take 2.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a guess would be.
It's like, I don't paint.
Well, regardless if you paid or not, this has been another eye gouging, stomach turning, throat clearing,
Wall painting.
not knocking
Yeah. I got nothing this time. I'm not
episode
drunk
of your 12-Man Fan
I'm not
Jam
drunk
Show.
enough for this shit.
It burnt house down.
Yeah.
House burning
Yeah.
of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia.
What is going on here?
Of the world.
Mo's over there teaching
Of
sex
the
ed.
world.
I'm going to go and talk to my son while we start the second half. And if
That's
he's
not how
grounded,
it
you know he's grounded. And we'll be back after this, maybe.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production. Holy shit, it's the third quarter!
Yes, welcome to the second half of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show, up episode 1114, the Commanders edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. The Seahawks are playing the Washington Commanders this weekend. I believe it's a 1:25 time out on the West Coast, 4:25 on the East Coast and in England.
9:25 p.m.
9:25 p.m. All right. This quarter, we like to talk about that Commander game coming up. But before we do, we'd like to say, hey, what's Moses eating?
What's up? What you eating there?
Hey, Moses, what are you eating?
Oh, well, thanks for asking. This week we're playing Washington. So Washington, D.C., I found out, has something called Mungo Sauce. Capital City Mungo Sauce. I don't know if you can see it says right from Washington, D.C. I got this sent in from Washington, D.C. There's 2 of them. So we're going to find out. There's mild and there's spicy. So Lil Mo has his out already. I'm going to put mine out. Lil Mo, the one in the white is the mild, and the one in the silver is sweet hot. So we're going to go mild first. Where I've got some tenders. We're going to dip them in, and we're going to try this Mungo sauce. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I like that.
Oh, that might be the first thing you did.
That's really good.
That's the first thing he's liked.
Yeah, it might be.
That's really good. Now we're going to do the sweet hot. We did the mild. Now we're going to do the sweet hot capital C Mungo sauce. The mild was really good.
Can't be that spicy. Nobody's reacting like it hurts.
I like the mild a lot better. What about you, Lil Mo?
I don't even taste it.
He has no taste buds.
Yeah.
I like the mild. The mild's really good.
Jacob's got COVID.
Probably. The sweet hot is okay. Kind of underwhelming. Starting to breathe now. I can kind of feel a little bit.
Can you just taste the chicken though? What you want to do is dip your finger in it and just have sauce. So you got no chicken tender, just sauce.
Okay. That's a good idea. A little tangy.
It's not very good.
Not very good.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Kind of there. The mild's good though, but I give it kind of a All right. So let's move on. The Washington Commanders are playing, and of course, we like to know about the injury report by going to Dr. Dustin with the 12-Man Fan Jam Show injury report. Dr. Dustin, tell us the news.
All right, another short one this week, guys. Hell, especially from the Commanders front.
Whoa!
That was a close one. That was a close one. They have one person listed. That's it, and they're questionable. And that's wide receiver Curtis Samuel. Got a toe injury. Everybody else is playing, apparently.
Wow.
I mean, that could be because they traded away half their defensive line.
Right.
Yeah, so Chase Young can't make an appearance on the injured list. But yeah, that's it for them.
Wow.
Seattle have a few more listed. Only have one that's out. Guard Anthony Bradford's gonna miss this one. Yep. And then 4 questionable. Unfortunately, 2 of them are running backs. One is DJ Dallas. You saw him go down with that shoulder injury. It sure looked painful at the time. I don't know exactly what it is. I haven't been able to keep up this week. But it looked painful at the time. And then Kenny McIntosh, who's still coming back from that knee injury. With DJ being banged up, I sure hope Kenny's able to play because he was a little spark out there in the preseason. So see what happens. Linebacker Jordan Brooks has a hamstring injury he's dealing with now, which sucks because those things can linger and become an issue for stretches during the season.
Truth.
Yeah. And then tight end Kobe Parkinson has a biceps injury, which may be why he wasn't blocking that good during the game. I don't know.
That might be a reason.
Yeah. But that's it. It's a really short list. So for this stage in the season, that's not bad.
We'll take that.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
We'll take it. We hope McIntosh is healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Dustin. Now we look for the fashion and weather report by turning to a guy across the sea in merry old England. It is Matt with our fashion and weather report. Oh, Matt.
Yes, thank you, Moses. So far this month, we've done tarot card reading, and we've done astrology. Both, of course, based on completely junk fantasy and utterly made up from start to finish, but still somehow strangely accurate. So, to keep that theme of using utter fake made up nonsense to tell the weather forecast, I've decided for this week's game I would go to the largest pile of garbage of them all. Sadly, however, Donald Trump's defense team were unable to take my call, so instead I've decided that as it's Seattle, I would just guess what the weather would be from my own sort of physical experience today.
Oh, okay.
So at the moment, I had a runny nose this morning, so a little bit wet nose. I was also quite cold today, so I'm probably coming down with something. And but I have been quite calm all day. So taking all of those sort of body functions in, I think there's going to be a 90% chance of rain, temperatures of 52 degrees Biden, and winds light to nothing, probably from the chilly direction of the north.
Okay.
But there will definitely be rain in this game.
Yeah.
So got to hold on to the balls,
Yes.
so to speak.
Let's hold on to those balls.
You got to cup
Yeah,
them.
so-
You got to cup them.
So what to wear for this game? Well, firstly, wet weather gear, folks. Get some coats, get some ponchos, get some shit together because you're going to need it.
Yeah.
It's going to be wetter out there than fish flying through the air at Pipe Market. Now, what to wear? Well, it's the Commanders coming to town all the way from your nation's great capital. And as you know, I always like to suggest ways that we can make the team feel at home. Now, firstly, we've got to obviously deal with the elephant in the room. Elephant and donkey. Firstly, there are plenty of politicians you could dress up as, such as Senator Mitch McConnell, of course. Just remember, you just have a face like a constipated turtle, funny little glasses, and every time you see a camera for no reason, you just got to stand there like that for at least 2 minutes, just so everyone thinks you've had some sort of mini stroke. But maybe politics aren't your thing. Because it's not all about politics. It's not. I mean, I hear you. The other things that Washington DC has a lot of, and I know this for a fact because I did visit in 2019 with my sister, are museums.
Yeah.
There are a lot of museums, probably because there's a lot of old people in Washington. They're called politicians,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of museums to put them in as well. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Now, there's several of them. The first one, incredible one, Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. Amazing, worth
I
a
would
visit.
love to go there.
If you're in the
Yeah.
area, that is one you could spend all
It's a
day
good
in.
one.
It is astonishing.
Yep.
There's also another good one, was the National African American History and Culture Museum.
Oh,
Another just a complete eye opener of the whole thing.
nice.
But the one that was my favorite, and it's a genuine museum, and you have to go if you're in the capital, go there, was the International Spy Museum. Right next door to the old CIA FBI building, the old
wow.
Edgar Hoover building down the road. I love the fact they put it almost right next door to it as well.
Yeah.
So feel free, just to make everyone feel at home, feel free to either go as a hotel reception type of person. You can always do that, or I think you should go as your favorite spy. So you could go as James Bond. You could go as Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible, or my favorite and the one that I'm definitely going to be going as, Austin Powers.
I knew it. No,
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
That's the way to go. Whatever you choose to wear, remember to throw a Hawks jersey over there and a poncho, possibly a coat, put some gloves on. It's going to be wet, it's going to be chilly, and you are good to go. With all that being said, it looks like it's going to be perfect Seahawks weather. So, Moses, it's back over to you.
All right. I will not be dressed as Austin Powers at the game, but
Bullshit.
You're going to go as Dr. Evil?
I would love to
You're
see
going to
it.
go as Fat Bastard?
Oh, Fat Bastard. That'd be good. He's got the accent down, you know. I'm sure he's got the accent down.
Get in my belly.
that's one of the first things Matt ever said to me on Blue Wave
That
Radio.
is, you
fat
bastard.
bastard.
Do you know why? Because he kept saying my name over and over and
Roar,
over again.
who
with that
is it
bloody
good
song.
for? Absolutely
nothing. Say it again.
Yeah.
You
I forgot
fat
about that. Yeah.
It never gets old. We haven't done that in a while.
No.
But
that's true.
well, thank you, Matt.
Well, it got old.
It did get old. Something that never gets old also is looking at
You.
Bricks, is me and Bricks picks. All right, so Statsman Mark, who will be joining Lil Mo and I at the game Sunday,
Nice.
did send his picks in this week. He sees the Titans take that point against the Buccaneers. If underdogs by a point, he thinks they'll win. He thinks the Falcons are 1.5 point favorite at the Cardinals. He said, give the Cardinals 1.5 points. Falcons going to win it. Anyway, give me that Mungo Sauce coming up. And take the under on the 45 points between the Jaguars and the 49ers. So again, Titans +1 at Buccaneers, Falcons -1.5 at Cardinals, and the under 45 for the Jaguars and the 49ers. And now, let's go to church. Yes, it is I, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church Seahawk Positivity. How is everyone this evening?
Doing great. Doing good, thanks, Reverend.
Sounds wonderful. I know it's last week was about as enjoyable as watching and seeing Cleolanda's colonoscopy. I know, and God knows what you're going to find there. But the Commander's in town, and I could not be happier. But I digress, friends. So glad to once again be here with you as we move forward towards the promised land. And as we move out, we are always basking in the warm glow of Seahawk positivity, regardless of our past. Reading from the book of the 2023 NFL season, chapter 9, verses 7 to 12. So as we did return home, beaten and battered, we did heal thy wounds. And as we were healed, those from the capital city did arrive. They were no longer faces the color of blood. They were now commanders. They did command us to lay down before them, but we were immersed in the power that is Seahawk positivity. They were defeated and sent back to D.C. broken, and there's much rejoicing in the land of Seahawk positivity. Yes, this is the word, my brother. If you believe in the word of Seahawk positivity, let's hear an amen nice and loud.
Amen. Amen.
Yes, they believe in the Seahawk positivity, the power to give our defense the ability to make quarterback Sam howl out in pain. Let's see it. I'm in nice and loud.
Oh, amen.
Amen.
Yes, if you believe in the power to give our offense the ability to score more than George Washington at a Daughters of Liberty convention. Let's hear it. I'm in nice and loud.
Don't tell Martha. Nice and loud.
Don't tell Martha. Yes, that is the power, my brethren. We're a loud and proud face it. Commanders. Well, listen, don't tell Cleolanda. But Cleolanda thinks it's the Commandos and that they play games without any underwear on. I don't know about the players, but you take a look at head coach Ron Rivera. He looks like the type, doesn't he?
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers would be on that team probably.
He does. This has been your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity. Go out and spread the good word of Seahawk positivity. Praise Large and praise Cortez. Praise Walter Jones. Praise Kenny Eastley. And go Hawks. After this, coming up after this quick station identification break, we will have predictions, prognostications, and game balls for that game between your Seahawks and the Washington Commanders, and that will come up right after this.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production. It's the fourth quarter, bitches!
Yes, welcome to the fourth final quarter of this episode of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show, episode 1114, the Commanders edition. Lil Mo and I are hopping on a plane after this show and headed up to Seattle for the game. We hope to see you there, and check our 12-Man Fan Jam Show Facebook page for live updates during the weekend that we are there. Satsman Mark will be with us, and I'm sure we'll see some other people as well. We'll be up there as well. Seahawks are 6.5 point favorites in this game. The over-under is 44.5. But before we do all that, I always like to start the quarter with a little drink. And hey, Moses, what you drinking?
Son of a bitch! Give me a drink!
Hey, Moses, what you drinking?
Oh.
Speaking of, I'm going to make a drink while you're doing that.
Okay. In honor of
yeah, I think I'll go as well, actually, if we all go.
Washington, yeah, all of you just go. Just go ahead. In honor of George Washington of Washington, D.C., he was known for chopping down the cherry tree. So I got some cherry vodka. So
Oh,
That's actually not
smooth.
terrible. That's not bad.
That is
Yeah.
not terrible. That is smooth.
We're gonna give that a little time. Now I don't have a shot glass,
Obviously-
so I'm gonna have to kind of.
Now, if you pour that wrong and get ahead on cherry vodka, there's a problem. All right.
No, I didn't.
Well, I mean, if you get hit on cherry vodka, you're doing something right, I guess.
You did well.
That's about a shot. It's about a shot. Here we go. Are you ready?
What shot is that?
Oh,
What?
In a pint glass? Oh yeah, that's about a shot.
About a
You're not
shot.
driving anywhere, are you?
No.
Nah, be all right, wouldn't it?
Dennis is like my wife. If she smells alcohol, she can't drive.
You know what it tastes like?
Cherries?
Cherries?
The doctor's office from like when I was a little kid.
Oh,
Hello.
like cherry cough syrup.
Yeah. It smells and tastes like when I was 3 years old and I was at the doctor's office.
They were
Yeah,
giving
a long
you
time
vodka
ago.
They
when
were
you
giving
were
me cherry
3.
vodka.
Wow.
I
It's
think
a
you should
free-
have another. I think you should have
Once
another
a
3 shots just to see whether that tastes any different.
Definitely have a little more, man. That stuff's tasty.
There's a little burn going on right now.
Oh, that's
Yeah, but it's good. Like there's a
There's
lot
a
of
little
flavored
fire
vodka.
down below.
so fun. So what you
Well,
need though,
that's herpes again. We talked
Oh,
about
yeah,
that last week.
what you're gonna need is a can of Coke because then you just have cherry Coke. To be fairly honest, and you're just
Oh.
drinking
Yeah.
cherry, and you don't even
Yeah.
know you're drinking it, and that's when you get really drunk.
That's the best. Amaretto and Coke I used to drink all the time.
Yeah, there's
but
a lot of
I'm
flavored
gonna
You're
vodka.
gonna be
say-
on a
Pretty
plane in
tasty.
12 hours. Stop trying
It's
to
all
get me
right.
drunk.
It's all right.
I'm not
If you
dealing
do
with
that again, get a flavored vodka. Get the Fruit Loops one. It tastes exactly like the cereal. It's
I
delicious.
could have done the Fruit Loops one and we could have named it after the most recent president. But not gonna do that. We did George Washington and Cherry Tree. And now we're gonna go to a Little Mo's Madden
Oh
prediction.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Little
I
Mo's
hope
Madden
you're-
prediction.
Hey, Little Mo,
Lil-
what you playing with?
What,
No,
what you
it's
Put
Little
your
Mo takes the
joystick
game
down,
and he
sir.
simulates it on his Madden, and yeah,
not. This is gonna be good.
I
hope
can't
you're-
top that. You're all your
I
own,
hope-
Little Mo. This is your segment.
You're gonna bottom it then. He's gonna
Oh,
bottom it.
no. Oh god.
This is going bad.
Here we go. And we're off.
Well, last week was bad.
Yes.
Said we blow out the Ravens. It went the other way around.
It went the other way around. So
Anyways, against the Commies, we have Brian Robinson with a 1-yard touchdown rush. Then Brian Robinson with another 7-yard touchdown, makes it
Okay.
14-0.
that's not right.
The Commanders make a 55-yard field goal, makes it 17-0.
No.
And then it gets better. Geno Smith throws an interception to end the half. Interception, but at the half it's 17-0.
Can you imagine at halftime 17-0 after he throws an interception? There's gonna be some booing going on.
Against the 32nd worst defense in the league. Yes.
Yeah.
They'd be booing.
Joey Sly, who's a kicker, makes a 42-yard field goal, makes it 20-0. Now Geno Smith
Girl.
passed to Tyler Lockett for a 26-yard touchdown, makes it 27 to start the fourth quarter. Geno Smith to Tyler Lockett for an 8-yard touchdown. They
Come
go
back.
for 2 and they get it, makes it 23-15.
Okay.
And that's the final score, 23-15.
Oh,
Seahawks lose.
man.
Ah,
Too little,
I
too
tell
late.
you what, man. I tell you what, I played the Ravens last week, and I played that game like 8 times. I was struggling against them to win. And then I had the same problem with Washington, and it had everything to do with that quarterback. I could not get to him. And then he was elusive in that video game and kept finding people downfield like medium passes.
Scary.
So I'm worried. I'm worried.
Sam Howell, 17 for 29, 180 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Geno with his classic game, 16 for 33 for 171 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Brian Robinson, 20 rushes for 89 yards and a touchdown. K9, 17 rushes for 61 yards. Terry McLaurin led their team with receptions, 6 for 66. Tyler Lockett had 5 receptions for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. Commanders had 1 sack. It was Deron Payne, half a sack for Dale Taylor and Jerron Reed. An interception from Jamin Davis of the Commanders.
Wow.
DK benched? What the
No, he
hell?
didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything.
Wow.
23-15. Interesting. I hope that's flipped around in this
Oof.
game like last
Oof.
week. So
Yeah.
Let's hope that this is a new streak of them not picking it very well, but we'll see.
If it ends up being that at halftime this week, that second half, Drew Lock better be coming out of there
Better
like
be
a
out.
Ultimate Warrior going to fight Hulk Hogan.
Amen.
Fans might start chanting Drew
They
Lock,
might.
Drew Lock.
I know one will.
Yeah, I know. He might start the chant.
Yeah, I know where it's coming from, the end zone. From that guy right there.
Yeah.
Let's see what we thought about the game. Jose said, all right, Sunday was ugly. Knock on wood, it can't get worse. So prognostication defense gets 3 sacks. Gay ball to Jamal Adams, scored 23-17 Hawks. Belated happy birthday to Little Mo.
Oh,
Mike.
oh yeah, we didn't do that. Happy birthday,
This
Lil
was
Mo.
your birthday last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. The big 1-8.
Yeah.
Mike Hawks will
81?
take command. Hawks will take command of the Commanders as Gino commands his elite cadre of commandos who are not going commando to commandeer the opponent. Cadre? Yeah, okay.
Cadre.
You're telling me how to pronounce something.
Yeah.
How the turntables.
Well, I will.
How the turntables have turned.
Matt agreed with me.
Yeah, I know.
Don't look to me for math, but if Matt's agreeing with me, and he's like the senior English person here.
True.
They have had English longer than
but they put you in a lot of letters and words and color and flavor. Anyway, Mike said 27-20. JSN with his game ball. His prediction is the Hawks force a fumble. Chris says Seahawks 27, Commanders 20. Prognostication Seahawks with 2 takeaways. Game ball to JSN. This is the way. Andy 28-20 for the Hawks. Defense score for the Hawks. Game ball K9. Jimmy, this week we see a pissed off Hawks team. Washington is no pushover, but we take this one 27-20. That seems to be a popular score. Prognostication Walker with a touchdown. Game ball to DK. Becky 27-24 Seahawks. Bobo with the TD. Game ball to Metcalf. And now for our team, Statsman Mark, Seahawks 30-17. Adams interception, game ball to JSN. Will. The nice thing about hitting rock bottom is you tend to bounce. I say that Seattle bounces back with a 31-20 victory over the team formerly known as the Potomac Drainage Basin Indigenous Persons. Answer that right. I say our offensive line bounces back with a better game. My prognostication is Seattle will earn at least twice as many sacks as they allow. So, yeah, 2-to-1 ratio there. I understand. My game ball goes to Boye Mafe. All right, Little Mo, what you got?
I do think we're going to be pissed off team, so I think we are going to blow them out because they're a bad team, and I think we'll bounce back. And I do think it's going to be like, I'm going to say 30-10.
All right.
I'm going to say we're going to get 3 sacks because the O-line is awful, and the quarterback likes to hold on to the ball for a long time.
All right.
And then I'll go game ball to I'll say Mafe.
All right. Nice pick. Maddie, hello.
Hello.
What you got?
Couple of things. First of all, cadre is a French word, not an English word, so I wouldn't really be.
Oh, it's a French word. I should have pronounced it correctly.
It's also a word used in the military quite a bit, in which that was there. So,
yeah, but
you also Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, by the way.
Happy Veterans Day.
Got me poppy on. I've got me poppy on. Lil Mo, what's your record of wins and losses in Seattle when you're there?
2-1.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. So
I cried in 2014.
I remember. Seahawks 24, Commanders 20.
Right.
I also think this is going to be one of those days where there will be plenty of sacks. So I think we get. I was going to say 2 sacks is what I was going to say.
All right.
But I feel like we should. I feel like I need to push the positivity. I have 3 sacks. Put me down for 3 sacks.
3 sacks.
You've sold me on 3. You've got me a hard bargain.
Yeah.
This isn't Grinder, Matt.
If you're getting 3 on Grinder, you're doing better than most. Dustin.
No shit.
I don't know how quiet is the area you live in, but you're doing well, sir. Well, you should be proud of that average, especially if they've turned up. Right now, sorry, where was my prognostication? Sorry, apologies.
I don't want to be here.
I think you were reminiscing.
Reminiscing. So now, can I have? Is this? I want to suggest one, and you can decide whether you think this works.
No,
I think our 3rd down conversion rate will be over 50%.
You said 3 sacks.
Yeah, but our 3rd down conversion rate. Our ability to convert on third down.
What's your prognostication? Is it 3 sacks?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, but can I have the other one then? Can I have the third down conversions?
Well, third down is what?
Over 50%.
That's after second down.
Yeah.
The sacks got to his head.
We've only done that once, I think, the whole season.
Over 50%. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was rare enough. And I'm going to give the game ball to Jamal Adams.
Okay.
Which is where the sack thing originally came from.
That worked.
But, you know.
Dustin, what you got?
Grinder, apparently.
No, I don't. We did sign up one of the guys that worked for that one time when he left his phone open. And Madigan.
Very good.
And it showed that he matched with the ER doc across the hall in our hospital.
Oh no. Lovely.
Anyways,
let's keep it moving.
Yeah, in a different life, you shouldn't have left your phone open around me and my friends.
Right.
Throw that out there. So, we're talking prognostications and scores and stuff, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's where we're at.
And I'm not even drunk right now, so this is
Yeah.
This is sober Dustin fucking up. So I'm gonna say, first of all, I'm worried about this team and the way it's going with the engine is not running well as far as the offense goes. So I'm gonna say we need this to we need this to go well. So my prognostication is that Gino's gonna throw 3 touchdowns. He needs a comeback game so bad. We need him to have a comeback game so bad.
All right.
Score I'm gonna say is gonna be 31-27. No, that's too many points. 17. I'll go 17.
31-17. All right.
And I know I'm gonna have all that wrong, and I know we're not allowed to do this, but I'm not gonna get points anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. I'm gonna give Gino my game ball.
Wow! Once per season.
No, not at all this year.
No.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm already at the bottom of the barrel. I'm not.
Just pick a player. Just say someone random.
I picked a player.
Michael Dixon.
I'm putting everything in. Michael Dixon.
Dixon, got it.
Go, give it to him, and I bet he gets a bloody point.
Watch, now he missed a point. He probably will now. They'll pick Gino next week.
That'd be hilarious.
I was thinking I can't think of the long snapper's name. You could have said him. But who the long snapper is?
I can't remember either anymore.
So rookie. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Go somebody on the bench.
Oh, I don't know who it is either.
All right. I don't know who it is now.
Yeah, it's Kelly Jennings.
Keep going.
All right. So it's my turn. This week, the Seahawks and their fans look to put Baltimore far behind as they host the Washington Commanders. The Commanders. So many other names would have worked so much better. Who is it?
Crystal,
okay. So many other games.
Which I thought was a champagne.
Yeah,
I know.
I thought it was too. Little Crystal.
It's in all the rap videos.
So many other names would have worked for Washington, the Washington Gridlock, the Washington Filibusters, the Washington Monument. I mean, come on. Offensively, they're led by quarterback Sam Don't Call Me Thurston Howell III. He's been sacked 44 times this season. He's hit the ground more than Gilligan was hit by the skipper, if you remember that show.
That was a Gilligan's Island joke.
Yeah, Gilligan's Island's reference for our more sophisticated and older audience. Look it up, kids. The Commanders are commandeered by head coach Ron Rivera, seen here looking at his defensive line to first practice after the trade deadline. They lost. They call him Riverboat Ron, to be honest. He must feel like he gambled and lost his defense. Gone is his young defenders, Chase Young and Montez, going to make you sweat. The Commanders are hoping they can get back on track and surprise a lot of people in the second half of the season. But not this week. Watch my game ball. DK Metcalf take command of this game as both DK and Lockett score touchdowns. My prognostication. Oh, did I have to mention that Lil Mo and I are going to be there?
Yes.
Sorry, Washington. You're not getting my vote. Seattle wins 34. Commanders 17. Book it.
If Jason Myers makes a 50-yard field goal, I'm jumping on the field.
I'm going to make him do that.
Did you know you've got to get over? You've got to get over the thing.
Yeah, you're gonna be falling on the field.
They'll fall on the field.
They put all these chairs out the front of you now. You can't do that as easy anymore.
And
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you remember, but that's kind of high up to get down
It's
there.
high up
now.
From where you're sitting.
It's
Well,
high up now.
I'm not
It's
as
a little
small as you,
high.
Dustin.
I'm just saying.
It's a little high.
Well, while
What you hope you
Lil
don't-
Mo plans his jump onto the field, be looking for that during the game. I'm sure that's going to happen.
But naked.
But naked.
I'm
Dennis
not
will be
bringing
so
him back.
proud. Dennis will be so
Dude,
proud.
I'm going to big boy jail.
The big detail.
It's just that moment where Dennis goes, "No son of mine, don't know who
No
he
son of
is."
mine.
No.
Nope, don't know him.
Because you've got to remember you're 18 now, which means that
That's right.
like
That's why I said
prison
big boy
actually
jail.
is a thing.
Yeah.
Big
Really?
boy jail.
That's
Prison
important.
is a
Big boy
thing.
jail.
And the show was the thing, wasn't it? And then it's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
We,
Oh,
we
yeah,
got
we have
there
to end
somehow.
this.
It's
We
a
got there
thing, and we got
somehow.
there. So I want to thank everyone for joining us on behalf of Matt, Dustin, Little Mo, Satsuma, Mark, and Will, wherever they are. This is your self-appointed Reverend Moses of St. Paul Church of Seahawk Positivity, saying until next time, as always, go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Empty Gatorade bottle.
Time to get on the plane.
Yeah, you guys, safe travels.
On
Thank you.
a jet plane. You'll have fun. Be good.
Joke's on
Yeah.
them. I can fly even without the plane.
It depends what drugs you're taking.
Worry
Yeah.
about that.